me again. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's story. Today we have another MP Robertson story, and this one is called The Great Dragon Rescue. Are you ready? I'm going to try and do this one without my goggles on. Witch. I wonder what might happen in this story. Dragon Rescue. Let me just move my chair a little bit further forward. George was bored. I wonder why he was bored. When it came to fighting, chickens weren't half as brave as dragons. One morning, as George was gathering eggs and daydreaming about dragonish things, he felt the chicken coop shudder. When he looked out, he knew an adventure was about to begin. Up they soared, George, the dragon and the chicken coop. They flew faster and faster until they came to a land where everything began with once upon a time. I wonder where they've got to. Look at this fabulous illustration. Look around. Look at the sky. Look at what they can see as they look down to the land underneath them. And there's the chicken coop. They landed in a dark, dank forest. The dragon led George through the trees until they could see a flickering light up ahead. Now close your eyes and listen to this. From behind a tree they watched as a warty witch barbecued toads on a dragon's flame. Wow. If you've got your grown-up with you, have a quick chat about that sentence, about how MP Robertson has used the vocabulary to paint an amazing picture in your mind. What a great sentence starter. From behind a tree. What does that suggest about our heroes, what they were doing when they arrived? The dragon was only a fledgling, barely out of the egg. It looked very sad. Shall we have a look at the warty witch? Here she is, barbecuing toads. Do you think she's going to eat them? George and the dragon waited until the witch had gobbled her way through a cauldron full of toads. Soon they could hear her snores rattling the windows of the cottage. George rushed to open the cage, but as he struggled with the knot, the witch's crow flapped around inside its cage, squawking, "Wake up! Wake up, witch! Someone's stealing the dragon!" They've been caught red-handed. The witch came bursting out, her wand crackling with spells. "Who dares to steal my barbecue?" she roared. Now, George had read enough fairy tales to know that witches are very boastful. "I don't believe you're a witch," he said. "Real witches can fly on broomsticks." "Of course I'm a witch. I'm the quickest, wickedest witch in the West," she bragged. What a show-off. My dragon has beaten the wicked witches of the north, south and the east. George fibbed. I bet he can beat you too. I'll bet he couldn't, sneered the witch. Let's race around the enchanted castle and back again. When I win, I'll turn you into toads for my tea. She jumped on her broomstick. On your marks, get set, and she was gone. Boastful and a cheat. The witch was frighteningly fast, but the dragon was faster. Let's have a look. Who's going to win? Soon the witch and the dragon were neck and neck. There they are, can you see? Who's going to win, children? You see the land underneath, the tops of the trees, whistling in the breeze. As the enchanted castle came into view, the dragon was in the lead. George looked back to see that the witch was weaving a spell. Shall we have a look? I wonder what she's going to do. Have a look. Have a quick chat with your grown-up. What might be about to happen next? But George had a secret weapon. Just before the spell was cast, he pelted the witch with eggs. The witch was in a terrible rage. There was a blinding flash, but the egg that dripped from her wand had scrambled the spell. Look at that. By the time they landed on the witch's roof, all that remained of the witch was her broomstick and her hat. Cautiously, George lifted the hat. Guess what was hidden beneath? A large, fat, warty toad. Ugh, it'll be 100 years before a prince kisses that, he thought. George set the baby dragon free. It ran to the big dragon with a roar of delight. Let's have a quick look. As we know, children, George did not speak dragon. But without doubt, he knew exactly what that dragon said. Can you guess what it said? Daddy. It was time for George to return home. The chickens would be missing their coop. Up they soared. And George waved goodbye to the land where everything ended with, can you guess? Happily ever after. Except if you're a witch or a toad. That's the end of that story. I want you to have a really good think. What were the ace vocabulary words that were chosen in there? And today I really want you to be thinking about how M.P. Robertson uses exciting sentence starters to really place us in the story and make us want to read on and find out what will happen next. Thank you for listening.